Amitabha, good evening. Please feel, make yourself comfortable. The room is too small and it's squeezing, but try to, if legs hurting, then feel free to stretch out and make yourself comfortable.
Ini selamat malam Bapak Ibu ya, karena ruangan kita cukup lumayan sempit ya, jadi silakan menyamankan diri. Jika agak sakit di bagian kaki, silakan lakukan peregangan.
Then just we when read prayers on the four immeasurables, may all beings have happiness, and may all beings be happiness and causes of happiness, and may all beings be free from suffering and causes of suffering. When we say this, we are actually saying this seriously, because we see this is possible. There's a possibility. We're not just saying kind of like lip service, some kind of superficial, but we are saying this is seriously and sincerely, because all beings have Buddha nature, right? All beings have Buddha nature, and when they are all beings have Buddha nature, and everyone or all of their Buddha nature is then has the same quality. There's no different size or no different what do you call great quality different. What do you call it? Great, right? Yeah, great, or no different anything. That's awakened mind, enlightenment, clear light nature of mind, of from a small insect to up to human to elephant to devas, all have the same nature. So all of them have the same nature. They can achieve same lasting happiness, and they can be free from suffering.
Baik, jadi tadi kita melafalkan doa 4 sifat tanpa batas, yaitu semoga semua makhluk memiliki kebahagiaan dan sebab-sebab kebahagiaan. Semoga semua makhluk memiliki terbebas dari penderitaan dan sebab-sebab penderitaan. Ketika kita melafalkan hal ini, ya kita benar-benar serius melafalkan hal ini, karena kita melihat adanya kesempatan yang sama, ya. Jadi kita bukan hanya mulut saja yang mengatakan hal demikian, tetapi juga kita mengatakannya dengan keseriusan dan juga sepenuh hati, karena kita sama-sama mengetahui bahwasannya semua makhluk memiliki sifat dasar kebudaan. Jadi sifat dasar kebudaan yang dimiliki oleh semua makhluk memiliki kualitas yang sama, tidak ada perbedaan tingkat. Jadi dari serangga kecil, manusia, gajah, dewa, dan yang lainnya memiliki sifat dasar yang sama. Karena memiliki sifat dasar yang sama inilah mereka bisa mencapai kebahagiaan sejati dan terbebas dari penderitaan.
All beings have Buddha nature, or they have enlightenment nature, or their ultimate nature is the same. But still, if they still their nature is the true ultimate nature is the same, but then they have this temporary obscurations. Some has thicker, some has a little bit of partly purified, and some of them utterly purified. So utterly purified is we call awakened, enlightened Buddhas, and partially purified is then the Arhats and Bodhisattvas, and so on beings on a path, the way to progress and the way to enlightenment, they are partially purified. Yeah. Sometimes we explain 4 for result, right? Never mind, no need to it. Just say arhats and bodhisattvas. And then sentient beings not purified. But among those not purified sentient beings also has some of them have a little bit, start purifying, a little bit, almost start purifying. So they have, because of their virtuous sonam, they have accumulated sonam virtues in the previous lifetimes, and then they're being able to connect to these conditions is being able to encounter teachings, and then spiritual teachers, encounter the teachings, and then when Buddha's teachings, and then a place where also many people practicing and encouraging favorable place. Yeah, and then yourself then have been able to make an aspiration, connecting to from your previous aspiration because of these conditions. Then some of us is being able to even study this sutra is then meaning that's a sign of then more kind of a good omen to start to purify our Buddha nature. But then other like many of other beings, unfortunately, even they have the same nature, but then very far from purifying. So then even have this wonderful nature. True reality is wonderful, awaken, equal, like Buddha. But then instead of experiencing nirvana, like peaceful and blissful happiness, we are then sentient beings suffering, experiencing suffering because of the not purified. Wandering in samsara and experiencing suffering. Okay. Even though all beings have Buddha nature, but then it's because obscured and going through suffering. But then the automatic, there is no automatic purification. So it doesn't become enlightened or free from suffering by kind of a spontaneous way. So we have to make an effort to liberate oneself. So then sentient beings many different levels, and especially right now we are being as reborn as a human, then have better chance to do the progress and path to enlightenment and purify our Buddha nature, enlightenment nature, awakened nature, to achieve enlightenment. But other sentient beings also such like animals, insects, also they have same, but maybe very rare. I think some exceptional cases, maybe animals also have chance doing that, some exceptional, but the majority normally is very rare because of their life form. It's almost impossible to even understand, even consider about that. But that doesn't mean they are not possible forever. Once they are this life form that is they die from animal realm, then they can reborn something else, somewhere else, some other realm, and the human realm, and maybe also human realm. I think that doesn't mean only maybe this planet Earth, and because the space is endless, and into the endless space there may be also many pure realms. Not maybe, but actually as mentioned in the sutras, there's countless then endless different realms, pure realms, impure realms. So there are impure realms, many different kind of sentient beings there, and many pure realms, also many Buddhas, many different Buddhas there. So when some sentient beings die from here, can be reborn in another universe, realm, and so on. So anyway, wherever the life forms, they have this condition to purify their advantages, that advantages, mental stains, and then they gradually progress on the path to enlightenment, and finally they achieve enlightenment. When they achieve enlightenment, sometimes we most of the time our focus is gain something, right? Result is gain something, but actually here sounds like result is gaining something also, but the more is actually rather than losing, losing. You have to lose rather instead of gain. We have to lose all these defilements. When is lose means eliminate, purify the defilements. Then happiness and the enlightenment is no need to create, no need to gain from somewhere, no need to obtain from somewhere. That is one's own nature, ultimate nature, ultimate happiness, unconditional love and peace, and all that is in Buddha nature already existed there. That's a part of the true reality, true nature. That's the reason why we like happiness, we don't like suffering, because our nature, in the deep, our ultimate nature is like that. Otherwise, why would we be like that? What is the reason of being like happiness and don't like suffering? That is, and also that is one reason. Then another is, and then another reason of, not a reason, but another thing is that because of Buddha nature, so we have a desire to achieve nirvana, and we have a desire to be free from suffering of samsara, and all that is also kind of a power from manifested from inside, from our Buddha nature, because of that Buddha nature. Later, there will be 10 different examples who explain how Buddha nature is hidden within each sentient beings. It's like sentient beings have this ultimate happiness and awakened nature within themselves, but then still going through all that unnecessary sufferings. Similar, there's one of example is giving is a poor man, very, very poor man, starving and suffering with poor, but underneath of his house is a treasure, hidden treasure, very rich actually, but don't know the treasure. This his suffering is his suffering of poor. Like then, if you so encountering such teachings like Buddha's teachings like that, this is almost getting like a address, the instruction to how to get the treasure, and then practicing that is actually getting the treasure in hand. And then when you get the treasure in hand, then you don't suffer of being poor, right? Starvation. But the treasure is not really from anywhere else, from outside, but hidden in your own house. Then all Buddhist practices, and especially meditation, is to realize, or to realize, or to see, to experience our true nature of mind, Dhammakaya. So we as ordinary beings have cannot we not being able to see or realize at all so far. So they're going through more sufferings, and a little bit more realized and a little bit more purified, they have greater virtue and they have greater happiness, even among sentient beings. Then quite partly little bit more, purified, and then arhats achieve nirvana, right? They don't have sufferings. They achieve final, like unconditional, peaceful state of nirvana, arhats. That is also power of Dhammakaya. Say. Then bodhisattvas, the more purified. That is from first bhumi to 10th bhumi. There's 10 levels, bodhisattvas, more purified. And then after 10th bhumi, then finally, like Buddha Shakyamuni shows, he sits under the Bodhi tree, finally with meditate something called Vajralek Samadhi, meditation, and finally very subtle obscuration. Last very subtle one is destroyed, and then complete enlightenment of his own Buddha nature. This clear light nature of mind is vividly revealed to himself, and then he announced he got such a clear light mind achievement that realized something that is unconditional clear light nature of mind. That is, if I share or if I try to show to sentient beings, nobody would understand. So maybe better just keep silence. Something first what Buddha said is after enlightenment. He said this words. There's a verse, one verse stanza. I don't know exactly how to translate, but something similar, closely like that. So that's then he stayed 40 or something days silence, right? And then one thing is he thought people will not understand. So, in words literally said that, but also there's a purpose, and the commentary said there's a reason Buddha not keep silence because of that time important people and also devas like such Brahma, Indra, and Shiva and all these deva, kings of devas, also requested Buddha to please teach, and after requested, then because then people and sentient beings take it more serious and precious, and then they would understand better. But anyway, after 40 or something days silence, and then finally he start from a Four Noble Truths, right? Oh no, I remember what Buddha said his first word after after enlightened. No, Erica speaks Tibetan, she can write in Tibetan. Sabji Toto wasn't the mashi digital bucheshi dagi nye. Sula tejo kowa menjurwe mama nanda niti nepercha, like that. Now translate. No, actually, it's of course what Buddha did and what the Buddha's enlightenment activities. When we say it's amazing, is actually kind of it's not a really proper way. Buddha is wonderful. His words are amazing, but it's not good enough to say it. But actually, I'm going to say it's amazing. It's really amazing. From beginning, just one word is actually explained all his teachings. Actually, he already first word, sabji toto wasn't dumache. That means sabji. Sab means profound. Yeah, sabji. Toto means beyond, unelaborated, beyond elaboration. Toto means beyond elaboration means beyond duality. first, profound, beyond duality or beyond elaboration. Second, subject. Wasa dumashi. Then the later one, wasa dumashi means wasa is a clear light, nature of clear light. Mind, which is dumashi is like a uncompounded thing. Yeah, wasa dumashi. Duzuta buchoshi dagine like amirta or ambrosia, like phenomena I found. So if this is the Buddha, Sula Teja Koamijiva, if I show to anybody, nobody would understand. So I just silence, keep silence in the forest like that. But so rest the three line is just but the first line already he his topic, actually the whole his lifetime teachings already said in the first line. Subject, profound, that is explains Four Noble Truths. Profound is a reality, right? Truth means a reality. Four Noble Truths, profound, very profound, truth, For us it's very difficult to understand the truth. Four Noble Truths. Anyway, profound is describing, that is Four Noble Truths already. And the total in Tibetan is no elaboration, means beyond the non-duality, non-duality, unelaborated. So total that explains Pranjana Paramita, Chinganchi, and Hot Sutra, all that is meaning, total. And the last, clear light nature of mind, that explains Buddha nature. So here, first circle of teaching is Four Noble Truths. Second circle of teaching is Pranjana Paramita, right? And the third circle of teaching is on about Buddha nature. And so the Buddha's first word, just one line, one word, actually explained all three circles of teachings already from beginning, from through the first word, I think. Anyway, that phenomena that Buddha said, such phenomena, Amirta like phenomena I found, means that is a treasure. Buddha treasure, found the treasure. Treasure is one's own nature of mind, clear light nature of mind, or awakened mind. Yeshe is realized. Then that is enlightened, and at the same time, and then get free from all the sufferings, all sufferings. For that reason, then Buddha encouraged his family, and including his family, so many people, then gradually followed Buddha to then find same thing, their treasure, to realize clear light nature of mind. Anyway, we are today talking about the soul. We learn a little bit about that clear light nature of mind, Buddha nature, that is not purified part, not purified part, and then not purified part, and then purified part, and partly purified part, and utterly purified. Sometime today, how is the sky today in Medan? Weather, suddenly talking about weather. How is the weather today? Did anybody see sun?
Cuaca hari ini bagaimana? Apakah ada yang melihat
Winter saw
matahari?
sun? Huh? You saw sun? Yeah? What's happening here? No, sometimes sun here is very dark, right? Weather, especially in Indonesia, like one part of town is raining, like flooded, and the other part is like sunny, and the other part is like kind of dark but not raining. But what is here one part of the sky is very dark and lots of raining, right? And thunderstorm. And then here one part is partially clouded, but not raining, not that dark. Then here other part is very clear sky, right? But now sun is here, sun is behind that, all that clouded and partially clouded, and then clear sky behind, far away from there, yeah. So when you are here, you're looking from here. When you stand here, and the sun is hidden, so that sun is hidden, and you don't see sun at all, but the sun is there. And then when you're here, and you see sun change, no, right? Sun is never changed, right? But then, your experience is the sun is covered, right? Covered, defiled, how to say, obscured, right? But does the sun itself has obscuration? No, right? Yeah. But from your view, it has obscuration, because from here you couldn't see at all. From here you could see a little bit, right? From here you see everything clear. Yeah. So when you are seeing here, let's say now instead of sun is the Buddha nature, yeah. Then this cloud is our klesha and kotoron baten. I hear from Erika saying so many times. So kotoron batin, yeah. And then cloud, yeah. Then from yourself here. So when you're here, your Buddha nature is not clear, and then when you're here, you're a sentient being. It's called sentient being, not purified. And the sun here is called Buddha nature. Yeah, this sun is called Buddha nature, behind the behind the cloud. Yeah. Then when you're here, and then you see partly, you see, little bit clear. So you yourself is called Arhat, Bodhisattva, yeah? Bodhisattva. Here also have different levels. I mean, Bodhisattva 10 levels. From first to 10 is 10th. Gradually is more clear. Yeah. So Bodhisattva, yeah? And then Buddha nature, the sun is still same. Yeah. And then when you are here, then when the sun is called Dhammakaya, but so yourself is enlightened, because you vividly experiencing the sun, yeah? Understand, right? And then from sun from here, sun from here, sun from here, the whole general name is Dhamma Dhatu. Yeah? You understand? Huh? We just give, it's just sun. Sun means, like Dhamma Dhatu is like a sun, yeah? But we give a different name. When the sun is here, we say cloudy sun. When the sun is here, partially cloudy sun. When the sun is here, clear sun. But all that is the sun. Similar like that, here we call Buddha nature. Here we call Dhamma Sangha, like the wisdom, right? Bodhisattva wisdom, yeah? And then here we call Dhammakaya. But all that is Dhamma Dhatu also, yeah. Dhamma Dhatu general name. But Dhamma Dhatu is not a solid, separate entity. It's just a whole general name of the purified, partially purified, totally purified, whole that phenomena, clear light of mind is called Dhamma Dhatu. Yeah. Understood, no? No? No. Okay, last few sessions, at least 2 sessions, we talked about unchangingness, right? Unchangingness about unpurified, unchangingness, partly purified, unchangingness, and then totally purified. So, but we talked last, especially yesterday, unchangingness of partly, unpurified part. Seems like you're quite confused here. But I don't know if you understood. We read some of the root text, but it's quite in that way quite simple. Unchangingness means when you are here, right? The weather is very cloudy, right? And then there's a thunderstorm, and thunderstorm. There's sometimes snow, sometimes raining, sometimes many things, sometimes lightning, sometimes storm. All things happening here. You are experiencing all that. But meanwhile, anything happen to sun? No, sun is never changed. Remain whatever it is, never affected, right? It doesn't matter rain, doesn't matter snow, doesn't matter thunderstorm, never changed sun. Similar like that, when we, as a sentient being, we go through being born, old age, sickness, die, and reborn again, all that is happening, but our Buddha nature never went to go through like this. It always remains same nature, never changed, never affected by all this. Same like this raining and all that is not weather conditions here happening, not affected sun. Similar like that, our Buddha nature is not affected. Yesterday whole session is about that. And there's so many examples. Maybe it's also, now if you read the root text, it will be easier. And this is just an analogy for, I don't know if it helps for you to understand. Something similar like that. Now, then today we're talking about partly purified and partly not purified. That phase also unchangingness. Unchangingness is Buddha nature itself is never changed. Buddha nature means nature of that clear light, nature of mind. Light. Last night I talked about light is not talking about the physical light, right? Light means light is unfabricated. That unelaborated nature of the mind is called light. Reality of the mind is called light, but it's not talking about the physical light. Anyway, clear light nature of mind is never changed. Your clear nature, ultimate nature. When you are Bodhisattva, partly purified, partly not purified, and that is similar like the sun. Sun, that sky in the middle there. Quite not raining, but a little bit cloudy, Then there's you see some rainbow, right? A little bit cloudy, and you get the chance to see some rainbow, rainbows manifest there, and when the rainbow manifests there, rainbow itself is not really independent. Rainbow is there, right? Rainbow is, what is rainbow? Rainbow is water, and then water drips, right? Water, space, sunlight, and then your eyes, right? Your eyes, that all that come together create a rainbow, So here maybe also, then the sun is there, but the sun little bit of, if it's totally clear, then there cannot be rainbow, There's some not clear enough. Then a rainbow, yeah. I think similar like that, the Buddha nature, that Bodhisattva's Buddha nature is partly purified, partly not purified. And that time, but the sun itself is still not changed. Same from here, and here is never changed. So Buddha nature itself is never changed. But because of the cloud is our kotoran batin. Kotoran batin is a little bit purified, yeah? Batin, yeah? It's a little bit purified, so the cloud is a little bit purified. Then you're experiencing bodhisattva, like bodhisattva level. That time then you also manifest in many different forms to help sentient beings. Same like a rainbow, yeah, rainbow. Rainbow is appearing, no? There's a rainbow like, but the rainbow itself is not also truly existed, right? But the Bodhisattva's appearance like that, according to also sentient beings, if sentient being doesn't have or a blind person cannot see rainbow, even rainbow is not there. Then. Similar like the sentient beings doesn't have enough karma or virtues, then even Bodhisattvas manifest, then also difficult to get total benefit from Bodhisattvas and Buddha's activity like that. So anyway, here is so partly purified Bodhisattva, yeah? So and then we're going to now, hopefully this will help us to understand the root text, and then we're going to read through the root text now. Okay, 135. Unchanging is in the partly purified and partly purified face. Unpurified and partly purified face. Explanation of the fact that there is no change through birth and so forth. The way Bodhisattvas appear as being subject to change, although they are not. So this is having realized thatness, the nature of the Dhamma Dhatu, just as it is. Those of the understanding are realized from birth, sickness, aging, and death. To free from the destitution of birth and so on, they demonstrate this, since by their insight they have given rise to compassion. I'm sorry, what? Still? Oh no, not from there. Oh. Summary. Not to 135. Summary the way distinction takes place. When? Huh? Oh, okay. Sorry. Thank you. Yeah. 4 beings. Yeah, 4 beings. Yeah, okay. Oh no, never mind. Excuse me. It's not for you. No, your book is different, right? Yeah, so page number is different. Yeah, so it's not for you.
Then I suppose to translate or?
There's nothing to translate.
Okay, then go on.
Anyway, this is the root text. Root text, most of you have a book, but what's it mean, like a kind of commentary, you can read slowly later, yeah? So the main point is here, Bodhisattvas, their true nature, clear light nature of mind, Buddha nature is never changed anything. But since Bodhisattvas realized suchness, thatness, or means they realized the nature of mind quite clear, then because of that, they don't have to go through suffering. So Bodhisattvas reached here, right? The cloud is less. They're not going through thunderstorm, snow, raining, banjir, all these things. Not happening, yeah. Banjir, right? Banjir. Banjir, suffering of all that is not happening for them. Yeah, so similar like that, they are not going through sufferings of all that sufferings, but at the same time, because of they have a compassion to all beings, then they manifest to samsara to help beings. That is this stanza meaning is like that. Uttaratantra already have so many analogies, and then I create extra analogies, including Banjir and all that. Okay, now then on page 136, the stanza continue. Following stanzas is explaining furthermore about that first stanza we read, and then I continue the way it says Bodhisattvas doesn't go through samsaric suffering, even born in samsara. Yeah? How is the way Bodhisattvas are not subject to the change caused by suffering. The noble have eradicated the suffering. Noble is means in Arya, yeah? Arya translated to noble means Bodhisattvas. Yeah? Have eradicated the suffering of dying, falling ill, and itching at its root, which is being born due to karma and poisons. There being no such cause, there is no such fruit. Bodhisattvas, since the karma and klesha are eradicated, so the cause is eradicated, then there is no result. Impossible to they have result when there is no cause. Cause of suffering is karma and klesha. Bodhisattvas eradicated karma and klesha, so then there is no suffering. But then they are reborn in samsara by power of their aspiration to help beings. Next verse explains more. Yeah? Furthermore, why they reborn in samsara, then there's explanation is since they have seen reality as it is, reality of nature, of clearly nature of mind, Buddha nature, yeah? They are beyond being born and so on. Yet, as the embodiment of compassion itself, they display birth, illness, old age, and death. So, Bodhisattvas doesn't have to actually reborn in samsara, but because they have seen their kotoran batin, yeah? Kotoran or kotorana? Huh? Kekotoran. Kekotoran batin. Kekotoran batin is removed, so they don't necessarily have to samsara, being born in samsara. But yet, because of their compassion, then they reborn in samsara. But at the same time, of course, we see Bodhisattvas being born, after born, then getting ill, old age, and also passing away, dying. Yeah? That is all is like a display, but they, in their themselves, doesn't really suffer in that way. But it's of course, it still appears like that, right? Appears they are going through those things. Okay. When I say a word in Indonesian, so everybody is very excited. It's like a baby saying his first word. Well done, well done. So rejoice. I feel like I'm the baby, you know.
Rinpoche mengatakan ya, ketika kita mendengar Rinpoche berkata bahasa Indonesia ya, jadi kita seperti ini melihat bayi yang mengucapkan kata pertamanya ya, kita bagus ya. Jadi Rinpoche mengatakan beliau merasa seperti bayi.
If on a baby, you know, baby said "Om Mani Padme Hum," first word be like everybody's wow, it's amazing. Said so clear. Similar, like I said, the kekotoran and kekotorana batin. So everybody's like, oh, this baby said, oh, Mani Padme Hum for the first time. So clear. It's amazing. He's so smart. Next 137, the second, that middle stanza, yeah. This is now, this general explanation above, and now particular explains the Bodhisattva, so the 10 bhumi, or 10 levels of Bodhisattva, yeah. Identification of the qualities of the heirs of the victorious. Heirs means heirs of victorious is victorious means Buddha. Buddha's heir is Bodhisattva. Yeah? That's in Tibetan. Originally maybe Sanskrit called like that. Sometimes Bodhisattva. Yeah, heirs of victorious one means Bodhisattvas who dwell on the 10 Bodhisattva levels. The qualities of Bodhisattva who has first giving rest to Bodhicitta. So now is Bodhisattvas who remaining on the first bhumi, they have qualities like this. After the heirs of the victorious one have realized that this suchness state, those who are blinded by ignorance see them as being born and so forth, and that such thing should occur is truly wonderful and amazing when they have attained the fields of experience of the noble. They show themselves as the fields of the experiences of the children. Children means ordinary beings, yeah. Hence means and the compassion of the friends of a being are supreme. The Bodhisattvas then become the best friends or guard to sentient beings. Yeah. Usually other friends are useless, right? But all other friends are useless. Other friends have some wrong. Then join, follow. When Wang is habis, then gada teman-teman lain. Yeah, but the Bodhisattva is not like that. So better friends with Bodhisattva. Okay, that's what it means here. And then next is that's the first bhumi, Bodhisattva on first bhumi. Bodhisattva on first bhumi or first level, then second, third, fourth, until 10th bhumi, 10 different level. So Bodhisattva first bhumi is part. There's 5 part of preparation, part of accumulation, part of preparation, part of seeing, and then part of meditation or practice or something. They translate different, but then part of normal learning, right? But here is part of seeing is the first bhumi. First bhumi and part of seeing is equal, same thing, yeah. What it means, part of seeing is emptiness, or the such reality, ultimate reality, directly can see, realized, emptiness. Pranjana paramita is realized, yeah, emptiness, that what meaning of clear light, nature of mind, and suchness, thatness, and ultimate reality. This realized, that time is a part of seeing, and the first bhumi is achieved. That first bhumi achieved, that time Bodhisattva in Pranjana paramita, then qualities of Bodhisattva, first bhumi, so many detailed explanations there, and you can study in Pranjana paramita commentary, but here not elaborated these explanations. For example, in it says first Bhumi Bodhisattva, what kind of power, power he has, he or she, yeah? Maybe then in 1 second, or one fracture of a time, yeah, can manifest himself or herself in 100 different manifestations, and go to 100, visit 100 different Buddha realms, and 100 at the same time 100 help to 100 different sentient beings liberate from suffering, and so on, in 1 second. Yeah. And then second Bhumi is doubled. Instead, double from 100 is become 200, right?
I don't think so.
Huh? Oh no, what? 100? Was it 1,000 or what?
Yeah, I think something like 1,000.
Huh?
You have to check a couple of
Oh, maybe multiplied 100. Yeah, let's go to, yeah, multiply. Then is the increase is so huge increase. Power and the wisdom, compassion, and the quality. They all of them practice 6 paramitas, but the quality of paramita is increase, become more powerful. So first level and the second level is more powerful, the third level and more and more powerful. Even the first level has like that kind of power. So first Bhumi, the Bodhisattva, is the name is here is given is who has first given rest to Bodhisattva. This first giving rest to Bodhisattva is the same Bodhisattva achieved first Bhumi. Yeah? And then from second Bhumi to until 7th Bhumi, yeah? From second, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th, this Bhumi, Bodhisattvas who dwelling achieved this Bhumis is called, now here's the qualities of the Bodhisattvas who has gained access to supreme conduct. Yeah, that is called supreme conduct. And then the explanation is almost similar, but their qualities, wisdom and everything is there's huge different improvement. Wisdom, compassion, and the qualities of enlightenment qualities here. So, though they are beyond all worldly matters, these Bodhisattvas do not leave the world. They act for the sake of all worldly beings within the world, unblemished by its defects. As a lotus will grow in the midst of the water, and not being polluted by the water's faults. These noble ones are born in the world, unpolluted by any worldly phenomena. And so Bodhisattvas from second Bhumi and third Bhumi, and gradually their paramita practices become deeper and more profound, and the wisdom is deeper and deeper. Huge difference. Anyway, generally, so helping sentient beings also a bigger and bigger number. First is maybe 100, then the second would be like several 10,000, 100,000, and then million, billion, and like this increases number. And then there. So here is what's different here. It's mentioned is this Bodhisattvas. Here is said the example of lotus. Lotus grow in the mud, but not covered by the mud. Very clear, clean. Same like Bodhisattva was born in samsara, but they are not contaminated by samsaric defects, such as klesha and suffering. After this, Bodhisattva who obtained level 8 and 9, the qualities of the Bodhisattva who has attained the level of non-returning, that's an thing, 8 and 9, 8, from 8, level 8. That explanation of that Bodhisattva is viewing the accomplishment of their task. Their understanding always blazes like a fire, and they always rest evenly balanced in meditative stability, which is peace. Their understanding, the wisdom is like a blast, like a fire, and their activities of benefiting sentient beings is continue very much more powerful, and is powerful. But at the same time, they never leave from the meditative stability. They, at the same time, they're in a meditation state of meditation, and which is in peace. The next is the qualities of Bodhisattva who has reached the last birth. Who has reached the last birth? That Bodhisattva is that's the name of Bodhisattva reached on 10th bhumi, 10th level. That Bodhisattva's quality is by the power of their former prayers. Prayers means aspiration prayers. And since they are free from all adhesion, they do not exert any deliberate effort to lead all sentient beings to maturation. Maturation means you sentient beings that they are like first they are suffering, but they are not interested in. They wanted to achieve happiness and be free from suffering, but they are not interested. They don't know what. So in Bodhisattvas, in skillful, Bodhisattvas skillful means gradually they make them understanding about the way to enlightenment, the way to be free from suffering, right? So that understanding and gradually understanding better, and then cultivating seeds. That aspect is called maturation. Maturation. The liberating sentient beings from suffering. These heirs of the victorious one now precise and how and by what method each should be trained through whatever teachings from Gaya's conduct and ways of the behavior of the individually appropriate, always acting spontaneous and without hindrance for sentient beings whose number is limitless as space. Such bodhisattvas who possess understanding truly engaged in the task of the benefiting beings. Okay, now on 140, this stanza is explaining that bodhisattvas remaining on 10th bhumi, bodhisattvas achieved 10th bhumi, they are benefiting sentient beings is equal to Buddha. Buddha himself, Buddha and bodhisattva and 10th level, benefiting others, sentient beings is equal. They have same power, but benefiting is aspect of benefiting oneself, and then there's a huge difference. There's explaining how different. Explanation of the difference as far as the accomplishment of the true benefits is concerned. True benefit, the benefit of self and benefit of others, right? Benefit. So the way the bodhisattvas unfolded activity in the post-meditation phase, equal the Tathagata action in the world for beings in true liberation. But this is true. Indeed, whatever difference lies between the earth and an atom, or else between the water in the sea and in ox's hoofprint, is the difference between Buddha and Bodhisattva. And so benefiting other beings is the equal attained Bhumi level Bodhisattva can benefit in countless sentient beings in like every second or something. In Buddha's same, like in not only this realm, but until the space is reached into the space, they can manifest into many different levels and helping sentient beings. But once of about understanding that still Buddha nature, yeah, is Bodhisattva's understanding is the power of understanding, yeah. Dhammakaya is like a cup of water, like this, and then Buddha's understanding is like an ocean, big ocean. So how much is it different, big ocean, the cup of this water? Quite different, a big difference. And similar like that.
It means Bodhisattva and Buddha.
Yeah. Bodhisattva 10 Bhumi.
What it means, yeah.
Mean what?
Ocean and top. I don't get the meaning.
Meaning the true benefit means benefiting others and benefiting oneself. Benefiting others is Bodhisattvas can do equally like Buddha. But benefiting oneself is very weak. Not comparing to Buddha, not comparing to us is weak. Yeah. Comparing to Buddha, benefiting oneself means realization, and a realization or enlightenment mind, understanding of Dhammakaya, yeah, is still very weak. Yeah. That doesn't mean Bodhisattva has problems, yeah, suffering.
Then what is
Huh? Still, Dhammakaya is not totally realized. Then, when Dhammakaya and Buddha realized the Dhammakaya completely, utterly, then Buddha has 10 unique power, including so many other powers. Bodhisattvas don't have those things. Yeah.
they choose to not understand to realize Dhammakaya?
Not choose it, they don't understand. Why? Because there's a cloud.
Why they have such power?
Why the cloud? Why the cloud? Why you have cloud here? They have a cloud not removed. Kotorana Baten, whole thing is, Kotorana Baten is not gone, whole thing, still have.
But
Yeah.
how they can remove that if they are busy to helping others?
Busy to helping others. Bodhisattvas busy helping. Here already explained the 10th Bhumi, they don't schedule, today I'm going to help Erika, in 1 second like this, they can manifest billions of themselves, and helping sentient beings like that is spontaneous. Yeah. And actually helping others is, that's how you can remove this kotorana baten. Yeah, not I'm busy not helping others, and you cannot remove it. This more cloud is coming still. Yeah, many of them are so okay like that. So can you show that now? Okay, so these are the 10 bhumi over there, yeah?
Jadi di sini sudah tertulis 10 bumi dan 5 tahapan atau jalan.
Names of 10th bhumi and 5 path. Maybe we are, most of us, maybe right now, maybe can be considered on a path of accumulation. We accumulate sonam, we accumulate yeshe, and then next is then we practice quite well. Then we can be part of preparation, and then after part of preparation, then part of seeing, actually realize the true reality. Then first bhumi achieved, part of seeing. Yeah. Then from first bhumi, then from first bhumi to until 10th bhumi is a part of meditation, and then after part of after the 10th bhumi, then complete enlightenment is then a part of no more learning. It's called path, but actually it's not path. It's already reached to the destination. Yeah. Gomla, maybe it's more accurate. Say, practice the meditation, maybe training. Part of training or part of training is more accurate. Yeah. Instead of part of meditation. Yeah, part of training. So yeah, all that 10 bhumi. So that is we are talking about partly purified and partly unpurified Buddha nature. So that is Bodhisattva 10 levels. Yeah. Unchanging and the utterly purified is first is next.
So we can choose that we want to utterly purify. How did this step like? Is that like a unpurified, like a partly purified and utterly purified? Is like a step that you have to go through, or?
First, remember we are talking about Buddha nature, and Buddha nature explained in 10 points, and 10 points of result from essence, cause, cause, result, fruit, and so on. Then right now we are on the 9th point, that unchanging. Yeah, 9th or 10th? 9th point, unchanging. So unchanging Buddha nature. What it means, Buddha nature is unchanging. Unchanging, when is unpurified phase is unchanging, that I explained yesterday. When partly purified, partly not purified phase, also unchanging, that I explained today. And then utterly purified phase is also unchanging, that is here next session of the Buddha's time. So here is saying, when Buddha nature, that we have Buddha nature, that is Buddha nature itself, ultimate nature, the nature of our clear light mind. Yeah, if we don't use Buddha, then it's like clear light nature of our mind, ultimate nature. Being when we're in Bodhisattva, when we're in Buddha, it's never in mind. Only change is our that defilements that become. First, we have full 100% defilement. Then the second is less defilement, and then third gone, purified. So that's explained. Then, of course, Bodhisattva is part of a practice path, and explaining as also path is like that. But the first part. Phase is unpurified part is that is not necessarily we are. This is explaining this level of practice. Yeah, understood or not? What are you thinking? I think she's thinking Dharma momo like that.
Yes, he's quiet. No.
First bhumi. Oh no, momo, dharamsala.
That's so bad. That's terrible thinking.
Lama.
When you are here, it's very important for you to understand there is a sun behind of this cloud. Even when you are going through so much rain, thunderstorm, banjir, everything, still there's a understanding there is a sun. Is temporarily can be removed, so you get a hope, and you get intention, motivation to how say and then see sun, or like that. So from here, important to understand the reality. There is a cloud. That's why there's thunderstorms. That's why you are going through all these thunderstorms and problems. But there is a sun behind. There is not not affected by all this cloud and all the thunderstorm. So that is important for you when you are here to understand that. Yeah, that is not. That is something to understand. That is not practicing. You not even have practiced. You have totally everything here. All the cloud is intact. Yeah. And then when you get this motivation, actually then you move. You move to here, this spot. Little bit moving, and then here is sky is partially. Then a cloud is removed. Slowly removed because of this motivation. Now you are experiencing some kind of like a close sun, but the sun is not totally 100% you, but still the partially cloud is removed, and then this part is 10 stage, many level, 5 stage. Gradually further you get here, then clearer and more powerful you become. Start from here. Yeah. So that is called path, and that is during your practice. From here to here can be like Milarepa, then one lifetime. General Bodhisattvas, 3 countless eons. It's a very long time. But still, the amount of duration, the duration we stayed in samsara, this part is very short time. 3 countless eons, nothing. Comparing to beginningless time, samsara, still is very short time. So here to here. Then finally, then you practice here, then you reach here, then you see sun, the clear, and the sun is your own nature. Sun and yourself is then inseparable, and the true nature. Then that time is wisdom is completed, and then other people from other people in samsara that have not understood this thing, then your activity is same like sun, spontaneous. Sun just arises in the sky and provide this light and vitamin D and everything for everybody. Yeah. But you stay in a house and never go into the sun, and then when you go out and put umbrella, becoming dark, and then they cannot get vitamins D. Just kidding. Sun is provide for everything, not only vitamin D. Everything that grow and everything that life is because of the sun. Yeah. So that spontaneous. But the sun doesn't plan. I'm going to give some light to this person today, and next this person like that. No, not like that, but spontaneous. So when you become Buddha Dhammakaya, then spontaneous, then limitless activities of benefiting sentient beings like this.
Jadi yang perlu kita pahami di sini adalah
so from beginning right now, if we understood that we all have this sun like that Buddha nature, true nature, clear light nature of mind, yeah. That is My true nature is clear light nature of mind, Buddha nature, awakened nature. That is in me. But because of obscuration, I'm going through these sufferings. But the good thing is that there's this true Buddha nature. If I go through the practices of Dharma, the path, then I eliminate the obscurations, then I achieve Dhammakaya, enlightenment, then lasting happiness and forever peace and power of true benefits, benefit of oneself and benefit of others. So I can do that. If we understand that, then we get interested, inspired, and then we start doing Dhamma practice. Right now, biggest problem for us, why we are not practicing Dhamma, why we don't have time, why everything is so difficult, because we don't have motivation, intention, we don't understand that. Only our problem is we don't care about achieving Dhammakaya or like that, but the only problem is why I don't have many friends, why this friend is so mean to me, even I do good, like all that, distracted with that. I need more money, like that. And then, I don't want to get old. Now I got sick, like that, and so on. All that temporary problems, right? Focus on. Even we don't. So all that is inevitable thing, something situation, but it's a temporary thing. That is like here, you stay here, never motivation to move here, here, and complaining about Banjir all the time. Why is Banjir? Never think about being free from a cloud. As long as there's a cloud, of course there's a Banjir, there's a thunderstorm, So sign is, even we go for retreat, or even we go to a monastery, do some prayer, we don't have this motivation, right? Motivation is we burn an incense and ask Buddha Rupang to bless me, and lots of friends, lots of money, and may I not get sick, like that. That much. I mean, that is good. That is like from here, you standing here and praying, no Banjir please, no floating anymore, no flood, like that. That is good, but not good enough. Of course, when it's as long as there's a cloud, there will be rain. When there's rain, water will flood problem, right? Then a flood, then all this problem comes. So the solution, really ultimate solution is we have to move to no clouds, cloud free. Then clear sky, and then wisdom of the sun, yeshe, like that, the experience, then or Dhammakaya, yeah. Anyway, this analogy, one analogy actually cannot explain. That's why actually this explanation of analogy of the Buddha nature. Next, in a few pages next, there's 10 analogies. Yeah, they are sun and the treasure, and then mother's womb, and then rice, something like this. Many of them, 10 different, because the one analogy cannot explain. The analogy of the sun can explain about the cloud and this obscuration, something partly, but then I cannot explain the whole thing. So that's why there are the 10 analogies that we will learn. One question?
Ada pertanyaan satu. Oh.
Yes,
Ya, saya mau bertanya ya mengenai tadi ada dijelaskan mengenai 3 fase.
Ami.
Ya, mengenai fase belum terpurifikasi, setengah purifikasi dengan full purifikasi ya. Di dalam setengah purifikasi kan ada disebutkan arahat dan bodhisattva. Saya ingin tahu apa perbedaan arahat dengan bodhisattva. Terus kenapa arahat itu dikategorikan sebagai setengah purifikasi? Oke, itu aja.
So,
I understand actually. Oh, okay. No, all Viranto just spoke Indian and English. He said Arhat, Bodhisattva, 3 fast. Then that's all. That's no Indonesian. And the purification, you know. On this the Arhats and so Arhat achieving nirvana is also part of power of Dhammakaya, being partially purified of Dhammakaya. But then Arhat achieved nirvana, but then according to this Mahayana Sutras, or according to that Dhammakaya, achieving Dhammakaya, Arhat Nirvana is not what you call Samyaka Sambuddha. Nirvana is achieved. Yeah? So Arhat is remaining on a peaceful state. That is free from samsara, totally free from samsara, but not Samyaka Sambuddha is achieved. So still long way to go after that. Have to purify, how to say, then Arhat is actually lower than first bhumi. You know. Then I have to still go to first bhumi, 10th bhumi, according to Mahayana Sutra. Yeah? So I have to go to then Bodhisattva levels and then achieve Dhammakaya. So because of the portion, the peaceful state of nirvana, and Buddha Dhammakaya is not remaining in a peaceful state of nirvana, or samsara also non-remaining in nirvana. That is actually next phase Buddha is explained. Buddha is the only true nirvana. Samyaka Sambuddha, complete enlightenment is the only true nirvana. But the Arhata achieved nirvana is that is nirvana free from samsara, but it's not ultimate true nirvana. So they have to still go more. That's why on not totally purified. Arhat, we have 2 obscuration, klesha obscuration, and last time we talked, right? Yeah. Cognitive obscuration, right? 2 veils, 2 obscuration, klesha. Arhatas removed klesha obscuration, but cognitive obscuration not removed still. They have a lot, lots of cloud still. But the klesha obscuration is removed. That's why no klesha, no karma, then cannot be suffer in samsara. So that's why they free from samsaric suffering. Is that explain your question, Viranto? Huh?
Menjawab nggak? Siapa?
Ya. Tadi tulis apa? Setengah purifikasi. Hah? Bagi saya purifikasi setengah. Kalau setengah kan arahat kamu bisa. Karena ini.
What is that?
No, that is asking. Bodhisattva is half free blood.
Betty is asking a local question. Her question is not international. So I don't have to answer it. Okay, then finish for today. Thank you.